Do you love burning money? Do you like being shot in the foot? Or are you the sort of fella who likes having their nipples pinched at an awkward club at 3 o'clock in the morning? If the answer to any or all of these questions is yes, then step right into the world of shooting film. As a man of exquisite taste and passion, years ago I owned an Alfa Romeo 156, a 1983 vintage Vespa, and a custom-made Barossa road bike. All very beautiful, all very sexy, but also very Italian and very, very unreliable. I guess you could say I lean toward masochism a bit. So naturally, I had to get into the world of film photography. Leaving this romance behind, but now you're gone and all I have is time. And though you're not here anymore, I still think about you. Way back in 2005, I took up photography for the first time in my life. See, I realized life was whizzing by pretty fast and I had no memory of it. The only photos I ever owned were made back in the 80s by my late dad, so I decided to pick up a camera and start shooting. Since at the time digital was pretty bad and very, very expensive, I went with film. I shot for about 3 years, mostly black and white, which I developed myself, but I threw in a couple of color negatives here and there just for variety. At a certain point I got the chance to switch over to digital with a Canon 5D and a couple of primes, which I very gladly took. And now fast forward 15 years and I'm watching all these YouTube videos about analog photography. And I'm really wondering, why would anyone in their sane mind choose clearly such an inferior medium when digital images with great resolution, low light capabilities, and basically free, lay at our fingertips? So to try and find out, I decided once again to get a film camera, some film, and give it one more shot. I love a good challenge, so I got the Mamiya RB67 as my primary film camera. Well, a good challenge in the fact that most of your Mamiya 7s, Leicas and Hasselblads are now so darn expensive that I would literally have to eat into my artificial knee surgery budget to be able to afford one. The RB67 is a huge medium format SLR camera manufactured by Mamiya, first released in 1970. The same year that the first Pan Am 747 flew from JFK to Heathrow, Mick Jagger got fined 200 pounds for possession of cannabis, and Tom Hanks flew to the moon. The RB67 is a modular camera system, meaning lenses, ground glasses, viewfinders, film backs and film winders are all interchangeable. I chose this particular camera because of its huge negative size and incredible image quality. For film, I went with some of the usual available options: Kodak for color and Ilford for black and white. Now, most of my friends, as well as the rest of the internet, warned me that the RB was a very heavy, awkward and clunky to use beast, destined to spend its life on a tripod in the studio. Naturally, I disregarded this advice completely, bought the RB and hit the road.
Oh, I can sing, I can dance, I can learn the slow moves. I will do anything you ask me to do. Jump out on the stage, get locked up in a cage, director. Glitter and it's such a glamour. Wanna impress me, show me real amour. Flower curtains, rose petals on my bed. I'm your sweetheart. Every new day a new chance for success. The sooner the better, 'cause I'll be the best. But I draw the line at getting undressed, director. Oh, I can sing, I can dance, I can learn the slow moves. I will do anything.
I gotta sort out this lighting situation in my command center vehicle. Actually, it's just my car, which I'm using as a camper van, and I sleep in the trunk. So I just wanted to share this crazy story that happened last night. I mean, I spent the whole day in a town, little village called Lubenice on the island of Cres. So all the names which my English-speaking folks will probably enjoy. So as I was getting ready to go to bed at around 10 or 11 o'clock in the evening, I noticed a lot of sheep. There were a lot of sheep everywhere, like chewing grass, making bleeping noises or whatever it's called. But okay, I thought, I mean, it's just sheep. How bad can it be? Well, apparently very bad. At around 2 o'clock in the morning, I got woken up by some rattling noise around the car, and the car was even moving back and forth, and I was like, what the f***? Am I being knocked by the police? You see, it wasn't most legal of camping that I was doing. It wasn't the legalist. But yeah, apparently it was the sheep. The darn things wouldn't leave me alone. I couldn't sleep. I had to move camp at like 3 o'clock in the night. We'll see who has it tonight.
Well, good morning, everyone. No sheep tonight. I finally got a good night's sleep. Let's go make some coffee now.
Don't wanna be a one-man woman. Got me stranded like a boat in the sand. Just the thought of not spreading my wings drives me crazy. Dressing up, fixing my strut.
You might be wondering how my film photography adventure has been coming along. Well, I'm noticing a couple of things. First one regarding film look, especially film tones. I'm not sold on the fact that you should be shooting film solely for the film tones. Because if you're proficient with most any editing suite available on the market today, like Photoshop, Affinity, Lightroom, Darktable, you can achieve pretty any look that you want. But having chosen the Mamiya RB67 as my main camera, I'm noticing something very different. All of my images have this aesthetic, which I find really pleasing. And I'm attributing that to its huge 6x7 negative size, combined with its normal lens, which is a slight telephoto about 80 or 90 millimeters. All of my images look almost kind of compressed but wide at the same time, and I'm really liking it. But the most important thing that film photography is teaching me so far is that film is complicated. It's a pain in the butt. It's expensive, it's not readily available, you have to order online, oftentimes from abroad, and then you only get about 10 or 12 images per roll. In my case, it's 10. So that makes me really stop and consider my compositions. I'm not sure if that's obvious from the photos I'm taking so far, but there's time.
Spreading my wings drives me crazy. Dressing up, fixing my strut. Always prepared, you never know who shows up around the corner
I'm a 16-year-old guitar player from Croatia. I bet you didn't think anybody read you over here. Okay, you are the best mag in the business. You really helped me a lot, especially Steve Bull's column. But I'd really enjoy some stuff like Pat Metheny, John McLaughlin, Al Di Meola. Yeah, I know you did him in issue 22, but some more wouldn't hurt. Jazz rock. This is a letter that a 16-year-old Alex Starbuck sent to the Total Guitar magazine back in the early 90s when he was in high school. See, at the time I used to play the guitar, having dreams of becoming the next Van Halen. And our only way to sheet music was through publications such as this, since the internet was nowhere to be found in most homes at that time. Each month I would religiously save to be able to afford each issue as it hit the bookstore shelves. The fact that I had to wait and decide between purchasing this magazine or something else like going to the movies, for example, made it scarce, made it that much more special. It's the same with most things in life. That for which we have to work, wait, save, is what we end up cherishing. Careers, fitness, experiences, and relationships. I'm adding film photography to the list. I'm loving it.